Racism is an issue that the theater world is dealing with today. It becomes a more important issue in the Queens College Drama and Theater Department after a group of white students protest against the making of an African-American play that called for an all-black cast. Queens College itself is one of the most diverse colleges in Queens. It has students from 120 different countries, speaking 66 different languages. Half of the student population is made up of minorities. So how does the department deal with the diversity within the university? How do they deal with the racism that comes along with being part of the theater? Do they choose to cast traditionally, where you have to look the part and fit the role? Or do they choose to blind cast?
I don't completely think that the department is against colorblind casting. I just think that their choices for the productions that they've been putting on don't relate or don't evoke colorblind casting or diversity. So people like myself and people who are even outside the department are not going to feel like they have chances of being in the shows just because of the shows that they're putting on.
I haven't seen like the work of African-American dramatists done at Queens College until we did the August Wilson. For Colored Girls was the only one.
For colored girls, traditionally, I mean, they're for colored girls that have men in them. They're for colored girls that do have different ethnicities in them. But my choice for Queens College, for the full array of purposes that a production serves, was to do it traditionally with all African American women.
The white students were not happy at all because I heard from one of the white male students that it wasn't fair for a play to be produced that would allow only 10% of the acting students to participate.
It is so often you see the same people over and over again in all the plays, and they're white, and they star in all the plays, and other people just don't get a chance.
Well, for Colored Girls, I thought it was an excellent idea, as opposed to the fact that when I first started with the department, I felt like the only colored person, and I found other colored people, they tend to work backstage. One student in particular, Aaron Grant, had personally written a petition to not do the play at all. And I remember this was during the time we were doing the college plays, because this was a semester beforehand, and he wanted me to sign it. I refused to sign said petition because it was disavowing a play that possibly would draw in more diversity to the department, to put it more on the map within the black spectrum of the campus.
My initial reaction to the petition for Colored Girls was definitely, I automatically assumed it was a race issue. And I think it's mainly because the same people who are on the plays, they're white. And they felt like, why are we doing a play that they cannot be in? And I automatically was insulted, and I automatically got upset about it because it's not fair and it's not right.
I can't believe that we have fought for civil rights, and here I'm still fighting for someone's voice to be heard. It's shocking, but it's not really, because it's only 40 years since the Voting Registration Act. Title IX was just in the 1970s, allowing women to be on an athletic league and have teams and everything like that. So it's relatively new, but it's still incredible how people want to take it away, want to act like this is only ours and you don't deserve it, or nobody really wants you. It was astounding to me.
The white students were not understanding that their story is not the only story that needs to be told, and that there are other people, other ethnicities, other cultures whose stories want to and need to be told. And sometimes when you are the so-called majority, you think that everything is supposed to be as it is, and it's not that way. And I think it was an opportunity for the white students to see that there are other things that can happen at Queens College.
I specifically remember some of the white students saying, you know, that wasn't fair because it was only African Americans in that play.
I think that the way the faculty department chose to deal with it is that they added another production for the Student Theater Guild to do, to compensate for the fact that there was now a play that essentially white students were ineligible to participate in. And I think that, in a way, white faculty failed to show leadership to students. I think students, quite naturally going to say, oh, there's nothing for me, why do it? But I think then they need to point out that what the theater serves is a broader community. It doesn't just serve the student who is performing.
And so you say to yourself, you have to break the ice somewhere. And that was, I think, a good way to break it. And now I think what we're looking for is a way to be diverse. So it isn't all one or all the other.
I would like for the faculty to really get behind blind casting and really make sure that they're training students so that students can do anything.
Whenever we choose plays to be done at the college and whenever we choose casts for these plays, we should think about opening it up to as many different diverse actors as we can so that everybody can get a chance. That's what college should be about.
As theater departments maintain essentially a classical or Euro identification, then no, there shouldn't be surprise as to why ethnic students are not, avidly participants in that kind of curriculum or production.
The choice of the faculty to do Cinderella, it's business as usual. It's going to bring in a lot of money, I'm sure, and that's what it's all about, the mighty dollar. But everybody knows the story of Cinderella. Even if it's not a black play or a colored play or something, do something that people have never heard about. I personally think that Queens College could do very well if they did some more plays that were colored.
Do I think they'll have a black Cinderella? I don't know. I'd love to see an Asian one or a Latino one.
As far as me feeling like I can be Cinderella in the show, I don't think so. Primarily just because I'm not the ideal look. Cinderella's usually white with blonde hair, and I'm black and Puerto Rican with blonde hair. I don't think I would fit the bill.